Well, hello, this is Stewie. We are having a sexy party with Manny Moonraker on the Tempest Universe. Cheers!
China!
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
It's China to me, China.
Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside.
China!
This is the Tempest Universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
There are no redeeming qualities to the heat that's taken over this country. Oh my God, it's absolutely nuts. It is so damn hot. It's horrific. Bugs usually just runs out. I don't know if he's like trying to sunbathe or he just passes out from the heat and he has to stop in mid shit. The heat is nuts. It's crazy. The heat is on. Remember that song from I don't know, the 90s? Was it Beverly Hills Cop? The heat is on. It is really on. Totally on. But not as much as the heat that's going on with this picture, this photo from the 90s. We'll talk about that in a moment. There's a bad part about doing the podcast just once a week is that when stuff breaks, you're usually late for the party. So, you guys, the good thing is you guys have gone, you've listened to all these other shows. You've gotten their perspective. Okay, and now you're ready for the probing. The honest reality of the photo. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to get into. There's other stuff in here. Finally, some movement with SpaceX. We'll talk about that. The worst thing about them is that you can't plan shit. You really cannot. Like, if I wanted to go see this thing, take off, the full phallus, chances are I'd have to take like 5 days off because they'll keep canceling that shit. It just keeps happening. And then what am I going to do? Broke as hell down there. And in the heat, no less. I wouldn't be surprised if all this heat just blows the fucking thing up before it even takes off. Madness. Madness. But I'm glad to be back this Wednesday. I see we got some of the folks inside the live chat already. We got Gritty Man. We got Game Vet, which has posted some new videos on his YouTube. You guys got to check that out. Game Vet 02. There's just something about where he lives. It's just constant probings over there. But over here, I get nothing. I saw a hummingbird today. That's about it. It's the only UFO I saw. Nothing else. We're going to get this show started. The first track, we're going to dedicate it to someone who just loves listening to this music. And when I heard this song, it reminded me of Dre. Dre, buddy, this is for you when you listen to this later.
They call me sassy when I'm strolling down the street. They call me classy when I'm serving just the best. I can be deadly when I find somebody lovely. And now I'm ready like a kitty in a dress. Don't call me mean, I just want someone to love me. Someone to lick my wounds and kiss my aching body. My desperation knows no termination, baby. Now would you love me if I was somebody else? Wish I had a tail. Wish I had a tail. Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail. If I had a tail. Yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. I would swing it to the beat, I'd be a mover. And everyone be jealous of my touch. I I just wanna be the one that makes you true. No, I'd be a super duper cool, not a smoother little puss. Wish I had a tail. Wish I had a tail. 'Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail. If I had a tail. Yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. Now don't call me mean, I just want someone to love me, someone to lick my wounds and kiss my aching body. My desperation knows no termination, baby. Now would you love me if I was somebody else? Wish I had a tail. Wish I had a tail. 'Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail. If I had a tail. Yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. Wish I had a tail. Wish I had a tail. 'Cause if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you. If I had a tail. If I had a tail. Yeah, if I did, then I would swing it, be swinging it in front of you.
Emotional damage.
The first article might be something many of you give little fucks about, to be honest, because we're looking 4.2 far in the past to figure out what happened at the start of the universe. Apparently, when the pictures came out from James Webb, the telescope, there was a lot of space folks that were thrown back by what they didn't see. Pretty pissed off about it, actually, especially those that believe in the Big Bang. I know it's hump day. It's not what we're talking about. We're talking about space. Get your mind out of the gutter. The pretty images from James Webb apparently did not have what many had as a Big Bang hypothesis, that they would see some serious movement towards the center of the universe. They didn't see that. They didn't see stuff flying from the center of the universe at faster than light speeds. Instead, they saw nicely shaped galaxies. More galaxies than they thought could be seen from a Big Bang. So now people are confused. In science, cosmologists might be turning to cosmetology instead, because they don't know what happened. The Big Bang says the universe started back in 14 billion years ago, and shit was hot then. Think about it, universal bang. But what they're finding is there's no evidence of it at the moment. So now we're really confused. Nothing's traveling faster than light, according to the James Webb Telescope. As a matter of fact, there's a plan to shoot the bitch down. Just take it out of the sky, because it's reporting lies. It might be some kind of alien conspiracy, to be honest. Some kind of alien out there is faking the funk. But what happens if everything you've studied, everything you've learned from a scientific perspective that happened at the start of the universe is entirely incorrect? So since July 12th, there has been a lot of papers published about all the wonderful things they did see. But there's one paper that's titled Panic. There's no Big Bang. It's crazy that after many years of this debate, Science just launched a vehicle into space that could deflect the Big Bang. But then what? What the hell do you do? What is the answer? I'm sure there's a lot of religious types out there who are going to come up and say, hey, we told you it was God. We told you. So I don't know. One theory that they're going with now is, what if the universe was always here? What if there wasn't a significant, monumental bang, but instead shit just been around infinitely? I mean, I don't know how you explain that. I mean, that's even worse than the fucking Big Bang, to be honest. That's hardcore. It is hardcore to think that the universe has been here for eons, way longer than 14 billion years. And if we believe that, do we stop putting telescopes into space looking for what happened at point zero? I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of looking in the past. Big Bang or not. There is one individual who wrote that, and he's a cosmologist. He says, right now I find myself lying awake at 3 in the morning. Shit, I do that every day, and I'm not even thinking about the Big Bang. There's Alison Kirkpatrick, an astronomer at the University of Kansas in Lawrence. Shout out. Not like anybody at Lawrence listens to this shit. She lays up at night wondering if everything she's done is wrong. Well, we may never know. There's an author by the name of Eric Lerner who published a book back in 1992, The Big Bang Never Happened. Shit, that's going to go number one on the New York Times list, right? Apparently he got it right. He'll be speaking in London September 17th to the 18th. If you guys are out there in the UK, you're going to go check him out. See what he thinks about the Big Bang and the lack of inflation hypothesis happening out there. I mean, let's be honest. These are all theories. There's bound to be some hiccups, maybe a lot of hiccups, like constantly. But, you know, us measly humans trying to figure out what the hell happened at the beginning of the universe. It's too complicated, man. We can't even figure out our own damn solar system. How the fuck are we going to figure out when the universe started? Save your money. Put it into something else. Bitcoin? I don't know. Well, even that's not doing well. So I don't know. I'm sure there is going to be more of this coming out pretty soon because, they've got all these projects slated for James Webb. So I'm pretty sure there'll be some more findings. What I want to know is when the hell are they going to start looking for Planet 9? That really would be way more exciting than the Big Bang. I mean, that's a bang of its own. In order to find the 9th planet in the outer reaches of our solar system, that'd be much greater news than figuring out that you spent all that money in education about a Big Bang that never happened. That kind of brings you back to being a virgin of science, doesn't it? Check out this track. And don't forget the link in the description. There's a lot more to this lack of a bang, but it is something, so somebody got it right.
Sacred words inside us filling yes words and thunderbolts. Sacked old dreams, new mediocre, find new ways to overdrive. You can find me out there. suckling square. Can you see me? I'm right here. I'm right here. Little too soon, bound to the moon. Mystery veils and shadow work. Sad old dreams, new mediocre, still in search of yellow ochre. I'm right here. Well, you can find me out there. Look for that circling square. Can you see me? I'm right here. Take a breath in, sigh out, shoulders down, see you there. Can you see me? Huh. Can you see me? Huh. I'm right here. I'm right here. Can you see me? See me? Catch the moment, young believer. Which sound is better when you greet me? When you greet me, I'm gonna be standing right here. Wounds unravel forever. Sing again. Skeletons are now our friends. You can find me out there. Look for that circling square. Can you see me? I'm right here. Take a breath in, sigh out, shoulders down, I'll see you there. Can you see? Can you see me? Can you see me? I'm right here. Can you see me? Can you see me? Oh, I'm right here. I'm right here. Early in the morning when you see me come down, how will you greet me?
Not really sure why we need to look for her. But yeah, hey, listen, I want to make one thing clear. I don't want people jumping in front of cars or off of roofs or trying to choke down one of the fattiest burgers down in Las Vegas, you know, the heart stopper. The Big Bang might be a thing. They just can't find evidence for it. So, you know, don't give up hope yet. It's okay. Don't tear up all your books. Pictures of, you know, whoever your favorite cosmologist is. It's okay. It's okay.
Wow, is very nice.
Listen, let's talk about Calvine. Some of you have really strong feelings about the Calvine photo. Calvine, which is in Scotland. Apparently on August 4th, 1990, two hikers near Calvine decided to take a photo of something that scared the shit out of them. Now this is, as the story goes, told by I don't know who, because no one can be, these guys can't be found anywhere. But apparently when they took this photo 32 years ago, they saw this diamond-shaped UFO in the sky. Apparently, Nick Pope, for you Popettes, I kind of mocked up what the picture looked like. Now, it's not really clear if Nick Pope has seen it before. It feels like it is, because he's talking about on Twitter, until the MOD tells me that I can release information about this photo, I will not be commenting on anything that has been wrongfully released. Well, not officially, he says, right? So he's not really commenting on it, yay or nay. I feel like in the way he's presenting this, maybe Nick Pope might have seen the picture way back when. In fact, he might have had it, in that broom closet, 15 floors under the MOD headquarters, hanging right beside a picture of Alf. And then they took it away from him because he quit. But this picture, as old as it is, has some significant clarity to it. And if you look at the image for this podcast, that's it. That's the Calvine photo. British journalist David Clark apparently spent 13 years researching the British National Archives. And he found out in his research that a former Royal Air Force press officer, Craig Lindsay, held a copy of the photo, the last remaining original print. Now, the hikers took, I believe it was like 6 photos. The one photo you see is the one that's left. The story goes that back in 1990, these hikers gave the photo to Scotland's Daily Record. Scotland! Newspaper publication. But, the people at the Daily Record was like, oh, gosh, we cannot hold on to this. We must give it to somebody else. They passed it over to the Ministry of Defense. I mean, that's not what you do, folks. Come on. Even in the 90s, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't just give nice UFO photos away to the government. That's nuts. It turns out the Daily Record at the time has sent the photo over to Craig Lindsay, who, of course, was a Royal Air Force press officer in Scotland. He passed it over to the Ministry of Defense in London. The Ministry of Defense in London then asked him to obtain the negatives. They want all the good stuff. And they did. He went back over to the Daily Record, say, hey, we want the negatives. They got the negatives. And then, poof, they're gone. Okay, that's history. What's weird is these guys have not resurfaced. I would think that if you had a photo like this, with all the UFO stories that are circling, all this disclosure nonsense and all that kind of stuff, you'd think you'd be like, hey, where are the two chaps who were over there? Took this great photo in Calvine. Give us some props. Nothing. crickets. Now, I mean, it is 30 years. If these guys were in their 40s, they might have kicked the bucket. But wouldn't that be the icing on the cake for David Clark to be able to get in touch with these guys? It's a pretty good picture. But even David Clark is a bit... he's a bit torn because he feels like this diamond-shaped UFO might actually be Project Aurora, which is a spy vehicle that's rumored to have been worked on by the United States since the 80s. This is what he's thinking. But even then, he himself even says that there really hasn't been any evidence of Project Aurora, but that is a weird-looking UFO. Is it a great picture? Yes. Would people think that this is doctored up in some way? I'm sure. But, that's, the UFO folks that have all the equipment and spend all their time debunking photos will certainly take a look at this and try to figure out what the hell it is. It's like a diamond-shaped Tic Tac. Doesn't look... You can't really see any wings, to be honest, especially from the angle that the photo came from or was taken, but something must have scared them about this craft. But we don't have that story because we don't have the people. So, I mean, it's a nice photo. Without the people, what can you do? It just doesn't mean enough. I'm glad they found it. More evidence to spark people's minds into thinking about the idea that this is maybe not so much Russia or China. But something must have been happening. These two guys must have felt something, heard something, seen something else, that they needed to take these 6 pictures and then hand them over to the local paper. Something's going on there. So if you know these guys out in the UK, tell them to come on. Let's get it. They might not be in Scotland anymore. Who knows? They might not even be around. Period. What can you do? But at least we got the photo. So more fuel to the fire to the idea that some of these vehicles may be from 4.24. They're not man-made. Because that thing really looks pretty heavy. And actually in the photo, if you're looking at it right now, there's an airplane down to the right of it, towards the bottom somewhere. And honestly, I don't know. It would be nice to see the other 5 photos and see what's really happening, put a picture together on here, but it's still a good picture. I just wish we knew the whole story from their perspective. Maybe one day we will. Check this out.
Stay in your road. Oh, Jesus.
Carmelon.
No description can equal this. Wait.
This is nuts!
Oh, my God.
This is nuts.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm telling you.
Holy hell.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, wow. I can't believe this.
Every time I play that, I feel like a few Star Trek fans, they just die. Just die. Completely just fall out. Or just their heart stops. It's done. Which they shouldn't. I mean, the guy's human, you know. If he gets a chubby by being weightless, let him enjoy it. For fuck's sake. This next article is pretty short because it drives me absolutely bananas. Subsurface water on Mars cannot be detected. Now, one thing is, way back when they sent that dang machine, the Mars Insight, you know, it had that seismograph thing that just flopped there and just taking readings of, you know, activity on the ground. One of the things that they're reading into here is that this thing is right now around the equator area. And according to them, about 1,000 feet subsurface beneath where the damn thing landed, there is little to no ice, which means little to no water. Somebody tell Elon this is going to be a bad mission. He may want to take a full phallus full of water to Mars because he's going to be really damn thirsty. So what they're saying is maybe what's happening is that a lot of the water mixed up with some of the minerals, you know, and creating things like clay. You know, if you live in Texas, you hate the fuck out of clay. Let me tell you, right now, clay is the worst thing in the world when you have a heat wave. That's where we're at right now. But what they're saying is chances are, if there is water, it's mixed in with something else. So it might be forming some kind of a cement-like substance with minerals, kind of like you would find in a clay situation, or it could just be being absorbed by something, but they can't fucking find it. What we know too is that towards the poles we do see a cyclical receding and spreading of ice, like kind of like here going through seasons, but that's not where they landed. Funny enough, like you see pictures of this shit for decades, but that's not where you go land to figure out if there's water. Some of this just doesn't make sense. We're going to find out if there's life on Mars. Let's go land in a dry lake bed. Let's spend billions of dollars to land in a dry lake bed and then say there is no signs of life here. Mars is dead. This is what happens. This is where all the money goes. When it comes to NASA, they ain't looking for no fucking life. Let me just be honest about that. Anyway, so the whole idea is that they have another mission. I mean, why not? Why not send another mission over to Mars to find no water? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. They're going to continue looking for this in the wrong damn place. I don't understand. If you find evidence of something, you know, why don't you go there? Why don't you go to where you can see this from all the satellite images of the planet? Why are you going to go to the equator where you don't see any of it? Ever. It's money well spent, I promise you. Eventually we'll find out why. Now they're saying there is no reason for there not to be ice because at the equator or near to it, where InSight landed, the temperatures go below freezing, which means perfect condition for there to be ice if there is water in the area. I don't know who writes this shit. I'll be honest with you. It just makes no sense to me that we're looking for water where we haven't seen evidence of water before. It's just stupid. Anyway, all these great findings of the lack of water in NASA was published August 9th of this year in the Journal of Geophysical Research. Yay. Fantastic. I'm glad we know that there's no water because you landed something where there was no water. Anyway, more to come, I'm sure. I'm of the opinion the bitch has water somewhere. You just gotta go where it fucking is. All right, one more to go. I just had to let you guys know that. Because for years on the podcast, I've been saying there's freaking water on Mars. But they'll give you little hints about it. There was at one point, one of the rovers was by water, and they didn't want to break any international laws by contaminating the water. There's no fucking laws on Mars. What the hell is wrong with you people? Check this out.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dine. Searches of her mind to count your blessings, 'cause it's telling fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, it's the ugly truth. How they come in for you. Yeah, no. Don't you think you're better off where the neighbors don't stare? Maybe you're wanted, looking good for the movie screens, living in make-believe, hoping your wishes get granted. I know you never giving up unless it's real. A slippery slope, it's not enough to please you. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dine. Searches of her mind to count your blessings, 'cause it's telling fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, it's the ugly truth. How they come in for you. Yeah, let's go. It's the missed opportunity train. It only comes on a very blue moon. You blinked twice, and you missed it again. Waiting in line for the party to end. Guess you didn't get what they asked for. Not a genie in sight, that reality castle. There's no point to being careful. Learn the rules of the game before you lose your mental. Pretty Caroline, the stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dine. It serves as a reminder to count your blessings, 'cause this town ain't fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, that's the ugly truth. How they come in for you.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true and international effort to pressure.
Honestly, I gotta say that I have a newfound love for Biden. I feel like I'll be that way in a few years, just talking all kind of gibberish. And people just clapping their hands or laughing just because they're on the inside. They think I'm an idiot. But little do they know that I'm translating, I'm downloading alien evidence. That's why I talk gibberish, buddy. Anyway, finally, SpaceX may be able to launch the greatest phallus in space history. The greatest. The FCC granted the SpaceX a radio spectrum license for 6 months starting on September 1st. That means we are one step closer. So the only thing that's left right now is for SpaceX, for the damn Starship to fucking work. And so they've been testing it, down there in Boca Chica, where people hate it. They want to blow the bitch up. But the only thing left is for the FAA to approve the launching of the Starship. Once that happens, be glued to your TVs. Because it's going to be freaking nuts. It's going to be crazy. On the heels of this, because it looks like, sadly enough, NASA's going to get their chubby phallus off first. The Space Launch System, which is at the end of the month supposed to take off and go around the moon and come back. I mean, listen, I don't want to see any I would hate for anything wrong to happen with this craft. It's just another step towards heading into space, but damn, that would be something else to capture that on video. But that's going up. It's going to have a few dummies in there to kind of test for radiation and gyrations and all that good stuff that could happen in space. August 29th, I think, is when the launch window first opens for that. But SpaceX is right on the heels. Like I said, I would not spend all your time waiting to get a hotel room to see that bitch happen because they're so unpredictable. Any little thing would throw off the count and that's it. You're done. You'll spend 4 or 5 days there. There goes your vacation for the year. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see where I'm located when this thing actually takes off. So we'll see who's going to have success. And it's our own little internal space race right now. Between the Space Launch System from NASA and the gigantic phallus from Boca Chica. Who's going to win? Who's going to get the right penetration into space? That's what we need to know. That's it. That's for today. I'm done. That's all of it. We'll see if we get back to the moon. I don't even want to go to Mars anymore. I don't think Elon wants to go to Mars anymore. There's no fucking water there. Why would you even bother? I thank you guys for listening. Catch you next Wednesday. And listen, good job. Good job to David Clark for finding the damn photo out of Calvine. He didn't sit around on his breaks, letting his legs go numb on the shitter. He was out there doing the work, doing the leg work, doing the research, talking to people. Now, if you could just do that, there's no time right now, David, to sit on the shitter now. You need to go out there and find these two dudes, or women, I don't even know. The hikers. Because we need to know the full story. Ciao.
I'm back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Down back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel. You know I had to bring it to the hood like she Karen Civil when she keep on turning head. Cause when she walk that thing jiggle, jiggle.
And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this is my, back in my bag flow.
Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche.
Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again to Vizzy. At the Millies, out on Club Hearst. Give the word if it's a city, Lord forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain on them, bust a band, then you throw it. We was steady having it, even at our lowest. High speed road runner, keep my motor going. Hey, hey.
it. Gotta watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They be coming around you with some plans to steal your moment. Soon as I bust a nut, she be like, baby, where you going? Never slowing down, it's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably knew it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Niggas love to show and tell, but all my niggas know me well. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't going.
And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this is my, back in my bag flow,
Yeah, not for real. Double live. Do it, die, you already know. Don't try. This at home, cause none of y'all really fucking with us.
Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to redefine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck.
Emotional damage.